We are now one step closer to knowing why 189 people on board that brand new plane lost their lives. Remember, that's
economic espionage, intellectual property theft, crimes committed by Chinese firms against American companies that aren't.
Turkish President Erdogan is accusing Saudi Arabia's government of planning for days to commit the political murder of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi in a speech to the Turkish.
North Korea says U.S. sanctions, a major sticking point in diplomatic talks, could push Pyongyang to restart its nuclear weapons program. The North Korean Foreign Minister
in Sweden and end this war. That is the only way we're going to really solve this. Improved accuracy of bombs is still a war.
IS disposed of thousands of bodies.
Murphy, what do you think?
And with that goal, Corey takes the lead 4-3.
And the opposite of wrong is that there's a lot of
Venezuelans are fleeing to many countries in overwhelming numbers because of the high inflation nearly reaching 1,000,000%, creating chronic food and medicine shortages.
American policy, some would say Trump's brinkmanship, has meant economic chaos for Iran. The value of the Iranian rial has suffered a major fall in the last year.
Oh, this is not an easy catch! Not an easy catch at all! Oh, what has happened there?
Chanting for revenge, thousands of Palestinian mourners on Monday held funerals for the 7 militants killed during overnight clashes with Israel.
Claims that his negotiations with North Korea are working. These satellite photos show that Kim Jong-un's regime is making improvements to at least a dozen hidden ballistic missile bases.
So he is actually making 2 points, one about Gaza and one really throwing an explosive of his own into the Israeli political system.
Norwegian sailors were injured after the $500 million ship collided with an oil tanker at 4 a.m. off Norway's coast. More than 100 crew members.
You know, I would like to update the House on our negotiations to leave the European Union.
Because that's such a good question. Because that is absolutely
First, I want to pay tribute to my right honourable friends, the members for...
There's been so much talk of Russian meddling and disinformation that it's easy to forget about a worse Russian threat.
Ongoing investigation into the
actual
question,
war.
Are ghosts real?
Of Xinjiang, an estimated 1 million Chinese Muslims have vanished into a vast network of detention centers for what China calls re-education.
180,000 Syrian children in Lebanon have been forced into child labor.
Defiantly goes on to make the case that no matter what that report says, he will stand by Saudi Arabia and he will resist any calls from Congress for tougher sanctions that he does not think are appropriate.
We bought a bunch of his memorabilia, including his jockstrap from the 2005 film Cinderella Man, which led coalition backed by the UK and US against Iran-backed Houthi rebels has brought 14 million people to the brink of famine.
They believe an assassin with a nerve agent on the door of the spy's home, poisoning him and his daughter. That means this was no rookie attack.
Ukraine's leaders anticipate a military escalation in the dispute, so they're asking NATO member states to step in.
Special forces
identified as members of Russia's GRU military spy agency. The video shows them walking around Salisbury on the day the Skripals were found poisoned.
President Trump also threatened to close the entire U.S. border if the situation worsens.
No, okay.
And the president also threatened to shut down the government if lawmakers.
Navy fired on 3 Ukrainian ships it said had entered its waters off Crimea. One even rammed a Ukrainian boat. Now several Ukrainian sailors were injured.
The French police moved the migrants on using tear gas, determined to prevent a permanent camp being established. So they dispersed for a few hours.
Advanced S-400 surface-to-air missile systems in Crimea. It's fourth since
such a battalion ever. The deployed missiles were capable of securing airspace.
Unauthorized access of its Starwood reservation system that may have put information from 500 million guests at risk. The affected data includes customers' addresses.
And they're going to help us make a delicious gingerbread house.